welcome back to my theory classroom at home. This is a video that's going to talk about triple meters. Okay, now just as it implies, we're going to talk about meters that have a big beat divisible by 3. And I'm going to say big beats versus small beats. Let's take a look at this, break this down. We remember that our top number tells us how many beats in a measure. Okay, and right now we see 6 here. Okay, so we're going to write, I'm going to finish out. I was going to have all of this written out, but that's okay. All right, we've got 6 beats there. Now, here's what I want folks to know about 6/8 that gets a little tricky. Nobody wants to count in a meter 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. That's too much, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to group 3 notes together. And we're going to have 2 big beats of 3. Okay? And I say big beats because if I put these 3 eighth notes together, if you remember in my other video about the dot rule, I'm going to end up with a dotted quarter note. Okay? So, if I have a dotted quarter note there, I have a dotted quarter note here. So, even though this says 6 beats in a measure, I'm really going to think in 2 big beats of 3. So therefore, that brings me to my triple meter with beats divisible by 3. Okay, and so that's our definition of a triple meter. So here we have 2 big beats. So I would conduct 6/8 in 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's look over here at 9/8. Well, that implies just what it means. I'm going to add 3 more little beats. Okay. Now, in triple world, usually we're going to see these eighth notes beamed together. So I'm just going to beam them together so you get used to seeing them beam together. Okay, sorry, that's not very pretty. Okay, so now I have 9 beats, little beats, or 3 big beats of 3 eighth notes inside. And 12/8 is just what you think it's going to be. We're going to add another beat, big beat, of 3 little beats. Okay, and we're going to have 4 big beats and a measure. So 12/8 would go something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? So it's reminiscent of, if you wanted to think musical math, you could think of it as your triple version of 4/4. Okay? But that's how these meters work. And the main thing is that our big beat is divisible by 3. Okay, so the first question that I want you to answer is telling me about each number, what the top number of the meter asks for, or it tells you, and what the bottom number in the meter tells you. And so you'll remember that this is the number of beats per measure, and this is what gets the beat. Now, moving on down to where I want you to do a little musical math. For instance, I've asked you how many eighth notes are in a dotted quarter. And that should be fairly simple, going back to our dotted video on dots, rhythmic dots. And you can see right here that I would have 3 of these. Okay? Now, let's just take a look at the last one. I'm not going to give you all of them because I want you to do a little thinking. But say we looked at this one, which is the last one of the assignment, and I want to know how many eighth notes are in a dotted half note, okay? And again, if you have your little chart, you could just sort of figure it out, right? So we've got a dotted half note. If I put those together down here, there's my dotted half note. So now I'm going to look up 2 levels from there, and the answer is 6, okay? Now I've given you a couple ones to think about. So go ahead and just finish those up. And we'll be doing some musical math as well coming up as far as when we get into other types of meters and we do these, like what I call conversions with rhythm. So just make sure you understand this so that we can build on that. All right, guys, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.